day today, so that's great. That is good. That's awesome. I literally woke up, got ready for once. I'm like, I need to feel pretty for once, you know? Because every other day I look like a naked mole rat. And, I got up, I went over to my friend's house. We went to Barnes & Noble. We went to Second and Charles. It's another new and used bookstore that's... So, you know, we definitely, didn't buy anything. And then we had some sushi for lunch and went on a nice walk and had a great day. Came home, played a little bit of Call of Duty, which, screw that new game, screw it. Anyways, I hope, also, I dug into the Prosecco bottle, so if I'm a little pink, if I'm a little, like, giddy, I might be slightly buzzed, but it's kind of wearing off a little bit, so. Anyways, enough about me. How about you? How was your day? Drop a comment down below. I want to know if you've had a good day, a good week, a good month, all of it. So, obviously, you can probably tell from the title today what our video is going to be. So, I'm just gonna say flat out. 2 of these books I read back in September. I only read 2 books in September because I was still kind of getting over my reading slump from Empire of Storms, the Throne of Glass series. So, I only read 2 books, and you'll know why I only read 2 of them when you see them. But, so, all the other books are from October pretty much. So, I'm currently working on my November read. So, anyways, yeah, let's get into it. Let's start with this guy. This is the pumpkin spice cafe by Lori Gilmore. Now, I'm just gonna throw it out there. I am not a huge straight up like romance person. Like, oh my god, I'm sorry. This was too hallmarky for me, so it definitely wasn't bad. I am still debating if I want to read the bookstore one, because I think there's like 3 of them in this interconnected standalone. So, I definitely did not think it was bad. It was a nice palate cleanser, that's for sure. I think I rated it like 2.75 or 3 might give it like a 3.5, 3.75. It did take me a little while to like really get into it, but like the last so many pages, like 150, whatever it was, I did like fly through it, so it was very interesting, that's for sure. And yeah, I like, considering that there was dolls and puppets and all that nonsense in here, considering that there was, I actually did enjoy the book. Like, it was good. I really don't have much to say about it. I did really like the garage scene with the saw. Now, if you have read this book and you know what scene that is, yes, I like me some horror in that. So I like the, well, I don't want to give it away, so I just won't. I won't. So, pretty much like, this main girl, Louise, her parents die, and, she has to, like, move back home. Or not move back home, but she has to fly back home, and obviously take care of the aftermath of when your parents pass away. And she has a brother who she doesn't get along with at all, and, pretty much comes down to, them trying to sell the house, them fighting over the house and stuff like that, and who's gonna get the money, who isn't, blah blah blah. And finally it takes for something to happen for them to actually kind of come together. So obviously you probably can guess what it was. So if you have not heard of Grady Hendrix or have not read any of his books, I recommend it. Read this one, The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, I think. And then one of my best friends actually just read, my best friend's exorcism, so, she said it was freaking fantastic, so, I suppose I recommend going and reading that too, even though I haven't read it yet, but that might be my next one to read from him, so, maybe next year. I love the matte finish on this. Alright. Sorry, I think my cats are having cat smackdown right now in the room, and I don't know where they're at, so if you hear them, sorry. Next is, yeah, girl, Frida McFadden. Frida. And this was the co-worker. I definitely did not expect the twist that happened. You know, with Frida, she's always like, while you're reading the book, you're like, oh my god, I think I have it figured out. No, you don't. Okay, but now I think I do. No, you don't again. And if you do, I don't know how you figure it out. But this one, I strongly thought I knew who it was going to be, and then surprise, plot twist, it wasn't. So I did enjoy this. It wasn't one of my favorite reads by her, but it was I'm here for that. So, that's exciting. Also, I did not like, who was the girl? Natalie. Natalie, you can bleep off. So, you are not a good person, and you're lucky that, you ended how you ended in the book. That's all I gotta say. So, two women in office filled with secrets, one terrible crime that can't be taken back. But can it? Does it? We don't know. You don't know. If you haven't read it. So yeah, I think I rated this also probably like a 3 or a 3.5, honestly, but that's still not bad. So, alright. And I'm like moving through these fast because I had quite a few of them. And the last two books I'm going to do or show you guys, I might be on that topic for a hot minute, so. Okay. Next is next is Flock by Kate Stewart. So this is one of three. It goes Flock, Exodus, and I can't remember the final something. What is the last one? Let's look, shall we? Oh, it doesn't say. It's the final something. I'm sorry. I don't have that one yet, so. The finish line. There we go. We got it. The finish line. So this is the Ravenhood series. It's, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's not mafia, but it's very doing illegal things, but for the greater good. That's what I've got pretty much from the first book. Now I have not read the second book yet, so I don't really want to dive too much into this yet without fully finishing the series, but I did enjoy the book. It gives me, it's a love triangle, and this girl is, she loves them both. I can't really decide between the two. One is like really good for her, the other one's like pretty much like Stefan and Damon Salvatore, if you will. Klaus and Elijah Michelson, if you will. So, there are some pretty good scenes in there, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I am interested to see how this plays out. Obviously, from the beginning of this book, which I'm sure we'll get into probably in the next revenge on the cult that is from the first book. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say because I don't want to have any spoilers. So for 4.5, I'll give it that. It deserves it. Now, last but not least, this was great. I know there was like a few people that I've seen like on social media that were like, Tower Dawn wasn't that great. And I'm like, why? Are you that picky of a reader? Like, chill out, read the book, have a good time. That's exactly what I did. And honestly, it was a nice pace away from Aelin because I'm too attached to her. I love her. Too much of myself is too much like her. And I've never related so much to a book character in my life other than Aelin. So, that is my girl. Come at me if you will. I'll come back at you. So it was nice to have a break and not be so stressed out reading about Aelin and like everything that poor girl has been through. So, and this was Joe, however you want to pronounce it. I pronounce it as Gale. It takes time, the same time as Empire of Storms. He gets sent down to the south to see a healer and hopefully heal himself and try and bring back an army if he can, you know. And I don't think he expects what's awaiting for him down there. And it honestly, like, I love Gale, so I am glad that this book happened. I am glad that what happened in the book happened, and that was that. So, yeah, I had a great time. I did not tandem read this with Empire Storms because that just gave my anxiety away. Like, hello, no, I'm not doing it. There's no issue with reading Empire Storms and then this, so I give it a 5-star. Actually, if I could, I'd give it like a 10-star, but you know, you can't on Goodreads. But I enjoyed reading this. I liked stepping away from Aelin for a bit so I can actually still be a part of the world. And you know, I'm not gonna lie though, when I was reading this, I was missing her so much. Like, that girl is my home. But it was nice to have a little bit of a different story, so I loved it. I highly, 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 highly recommend this freaking series. I know it's talked about all over the place, but seriously, if you haven't read it and you don't want to because people are hyping it up, it's freaking hyped up for a reason. Take my advice or don't and be sorry, but take my advice and read it. Read it. And with that being said, the book that shattered my heart into a million pieces. Truly, I can't even count how many times I actually cried in like a matter of like 20 pages. It was ridiculous. It was so good. I was high on anxiety reading this book. It was just, yeah, it is a 10-star read for me, so say what you will. Say what you want, but my poor girl, Aelin. Girl, I am so sorry. I am so freaking sorry. Sarah J. Maas. Also, how can you just like do that to one character? Or like a lot of them are going through what they go through, but like it's so brutal, and I love it. is up there. This is so up there. This might even beat Star Wars. I didn't say that. But, yeah. So, again, I know it's hyped up everywhere, but honestly, for good reason. I am convincing my friend to read the series next after she's done with her books that she's currently reading, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to watch her reaction and also to ruin her. I hope you watch this. So, yes, that is what I've read September